Hey kids, Invertical here and welcome back to Skyfactory 3. We are here on our little base, little platform, and the sun's coming up, and I was looking at what I had to do to build some things with the engineer's manual and whatnot. And I've done a little bit of work in the garden here. I took out I can't remember what it was I had in here. It was coffee and flax or something like that, or coffee and canola. Neither one of those is a usable crop. And I got some corn from bone milling, so I planted those, and I planted some cotton seeds in behind here. So these corn are growing. I don't know how high they're going to keep growing, but they're growing. And I tried to figure out how to do a few of the things that I wanted to do in here without having to build a mob farm. I really don't like building mob farms because I find it's cheaty. To say it another way, most of your loot, most of your stuff that you get, you should be able to build, craft, create. But I keep running into things where I need quartz, for example. And in order to get quartz, I need to go to the nether. You know, not a big deal. Or sieve soul sand, which I can make, sort of, if I could get my hands on tainted soil or wither dust or nether essence and get into the mystical agriculture. This is the new magic crops is what this is. Or these magic chickens, which yeah. The other option, of course, and the one that comes up more and more frequently for things that I require, is loot bags. As you can see, loot bags drop tons and tons and tons of the different items. Nether quartz, emeralds, diamonds, gems, armor, food. Basically everything you possibly could need in this game you can get from loot bags. Some of which is really good, some of which is just crap, others is stuff that you'll just end up collecting thousands of in a thing. Which is why I normally try to avoid. But I don't see any other option. Now what I have done is I've made stuff here to make my coke oven. This is my coke bricks. That was brick, clay, and sandstone. I'm going to need the engineer's hammer. Again, I've just copied this out and I've done that. And yes, I replaced this because I have fallen like that way too many times. So what we'll do here real quick is we'll slap down this coke oven. And smack it once. And whatever face you smack it on, that's going to be the front. If I wanted it on the front on this side, I could have smacked it on this side. Pretty sure if I wanted it on the top, I could have smacked it on the top. The coke oven lets me, of course, cook coal. Oh, it's got to rain now. Come on. Lets me cook coal into coal coke. And I'm slowly getting a lot of coal from sifting gravel. The other thing I wanted to build was um, at X was one of these auto sieves, which is essentially a sieve, glass panes, iron ingots, and 2 blocks of iron. Now I've got everything I need here for that, I believe. There we go. There's the sieve. Oops. Glass panes, iron ingots, and 2 blocks of iron. Now this lets me make the auto sieves, which eliminates some of this kind of continuous grindy stuff that I've been doing. I'm thinking I might just stack them over here. I want them close. I eventually got to start laying out where I'm building everything. I'll put him right there for now. Now I'm going to make him a mesh, which was this. I'm using the iron mesh a lot, primarily I think. So I'm going to make an iron mesh one. I was going to make a diamond mesh. I've actually got the diamonds for it, but I think I'm going to start with the iron mesh. Okay, there's your mesh. Oh, you can change the mesh. Oh, that's nice. But of course it needs RF to work as well. And in order for me to get RF, I need to make a generator. Place it from the side and the guy's facing away. So if I wanted him facing forward, I would have to place it this way. Okay, now I get that. Now I had thought about doing generators. RF Tool has this nice little coal generator that's fairly easy to make. It's just some iron and gold nuggets, some coal, and a couple of redstone torches. Basically, I have all of that. So I'm just going to really quickly here, iron, gold nuggets, that's what I need. Throw that in, and that. Lapis. Okay, so go back one. Redstone torches. Oh, do I need... Oh, I got planks here. So it's a torch and a torch. That. Lapis. Iron in all 4 corners. And gold ingots. Now, it's not the most powerful generator, I'm sure. Tell me, the heck do I need to place this down? Oh, bleh. How about I make the generator? There we go. Aha. There we go. Probably not the most powerful, but we'll throw some coal into it. Now this little fellow should charge up, and I'm guessing this will charge up. And that way I can now sift some of the gravel and things that I need. Now, it's started storming, so I'm going to deal with this real quick here. There we go. I don't like using the beds. Well, I do like using the beds, but I actually like to build a place to put the beds in there. Now, the coal generator should start charging up with RF, and this should start charging out. I still got to pound gravel into whatever material I'm going to work it with. Now, I'm trying to think of how I want to do a mob farm. There's basically a couple of ways I can do it. I can just go straight out 32 blocks or basically two chunks. Build a the big drag and drop one looks like an upside down tree, or looks like a big tree. There's just there's a square box with a shaft, drops everybody down to the thing. I am level 57 according to this. Now theoretically at the bottom of this rope I would be more than 30 blocks away, and that should allow them to, like hostiles, to spawn directly underneath me, attempt to path up to me through sign elevators, water elevators, and that kind of thing, and fall to their death fairly easily without having to do any kind of real outward expansion. That's kind of what I'm thinking of doing, because I've already got the rope in place, and I've already got, like, I'm always working right in this area, so I mean, even if they're attempting to climb up to this point, that would work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump down this rope here. And yes, you all know how much I love climbing the rope, so we're just going to take a moment and throw some inventory out of our inventory. Okay, I'm not going to worry about the glass right now. I do want the cobble, and I want the cobble slabs. I'll start with the slabs because I want to use those as much as I can. Now we're going to see if we can go down here. Oh, before I do that, let's do this. Build a replacement one of these here. Oops. That's something I've never done before. Okay, here goes nothing. Go on. Anybody get a sinking feeling in their stomach? Let me know. So I feel like I'm going to vomit. I'd like to welcome you to the bottom of the world. I guess. Oh. Hi. Welcome back, kids. Did I ever mention how much I hate ropes? Hate these ladders? Ugh. Well, there we saw it on camera, the first death. Come on, pick it up. Thank you. All the way to the bottom of the world, and then I fell off the slab, even while I was holding shift. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to recover my grave or not. We'll find out. Yay, we've died. Because of the rope, we have died. It wasn't because of the slab, it was because of the rope. Come on, click. There we go. Bye, evil rope. Yay. Okay, we got a free bonus block of dirt out of that. How's that for fun? So, having died now once, I'm going to start by building a platform down here. Start laying out a proper base, and I'll pick it all up once I've got something laid out for the beginnings of a mob farm. So don't go away, kids. I'll be right back. Okay, kids, we have finished the first little bit here. I'd climb back up the rope of death and give you a better view of it, but, well, needless to say, that rope scares me. As you can see from the layout here, I'm just going to do the standard. It's an 8 by 8 pad that's got water that's going to flow towards the middle. Everything's going to flow towards the middle. And then from the middle, I'm going to put some kind of a shaft upwards. I haven't figured out how yet. I'm going to run everybody towards the center, but somehow I'm going to convince everything to climb the 2 blocks in the center and see what that gets me. What I might do is just have it so that there's a shaft in the middle, or the thing in the middle, and then there's like 2 signs, or 2, what do you call them? 2 half slabs, and then I put the water on top of the half slabs with signs around it so that they push into the signs, hit the center, and then up they go. I've made this kind of thing before. Usually I have a spawner or something, but this one's going to be an auto generator. But I've been at it for a little while now. I'm going to get back at it, but I figured I'd show you the step in this progress, and then I'll pick it up again after I've got the floor mostly laid out. So don't go away, kids. Be right back. All right, we are back. As you can see, I have finished off the floor, if you will, the spawn area where everything is or is going to be. The whole concept, of course, is you put water in these troughs. They pour into the middle. The 4 blocks in the middle here are normally would just be a hole falling to their death. Your hostiles would just come in, hit this corner, and go. But what I'm going to probably do, because I want them to come here and hook onto a thing and start climbing up, is I'm probably going to do is make up a bunch of stairs. I think would probably be the easiest way to do this. Let's do 2 things. First, we'll make up some more of these, and we'll make up 1 batch of stairs. Just because I don't like the way this is sitting here. There. Yeah, what I'll probably do is I'll have a bunch of stairs like this that all face each other like so. And then the water will flow in, it pushes them up, and then above the stairs will be a 30 block high tower, if you will, that will force the mobs, because they'll hit this, their head will be in water, and they'll start swimming upwards. 30 blocks high, then I'll push it over towards the rope, 2 blocks or 3 blocks or whatever it is I need to get around the tower here, and then drop them to their death. 25 block drop usually does it. I'm only going 2 blocks high. This will actually be the ceiling level right here, because I don't want Endermen to spawn in here. Not that I really care about Endermen, but I have other plans for Endermen, and I will probably actually just collect some Endermen from a different location. I understand RF Tools is in here. Well, I know RF Tools is in here, which means I can get into a dimension, like the mining dimension, I believe, is going to be available to me. I could be mistaken. I don't remember all of my dimensions and all of my things, but I think RF Tools has a mining dimension. If not, I should be able to acquire the dimlets I require to make my own dimensions and get into a mining dimension. But for the most part, this will be the mob spawner. I'm only going to put a couple of layers on around the outside for now. I do want to keep it open. I've got to put more torches on top here to keep it all covered, because as you can see, it's already dark. It's probably raining again. a good thing about being down here is you can't hear it if it does start raining. But as you can see, you go through cobble very, very quickly. And I'm doing this out of cobble. I don't care how it looks because I probably won't notice this at all. I won't get into this. Yes, it is raining. That's why it's dark. Okay. What I'll do is, where's my edge? Right here. I'm just going to mark out where my trough is. Because I got to figure out where my tower is going to go. Oops, that's one too many, but that's okay. Oh, come on, leg. Knock it off. Okay, so that's my tower right there. So basically, everything in this column here is going to be going up the ladder of death here. Flows in, hits this, everybody goes up and dies. Again, I'm going to just relocate some torches because I don't want stuff to spawn down here, but I do want to start setting things up. I did bring a couple of buckets with me so I can make an infinity pool very easily. So there's that. Okay, that's all the... Oh, no, these two here. Here and here. And I brought some spruce logs to make okay, we're just going to make an infinity pool right there. So we can just do this. Yeah, as you see, it pushes everything towards the center and then forces them up on the stairs. So you'll be riding along and boom, boom, on the stairs. And then right at the height that the torches are at will be a set of signs, which will then have a block of water supporting it. But this episode has dragged on quite long enough, I'm afraid. And I really hope you're enjoying this. Of course, you know, for me, if you've played Minecraft before, you know, building mob farms is always always a lot of fun. So the signs literally need to be right on top of the stairs. And then I'll need to have one on each of the two posts, like that. yeah, I'm going to need to make a lot of signs. So thanks all for watching, kids. I hope to see you on the next episode, and good night for now.